For the first time ever, a Grand Prix has been declared a heat hazard by the FIA. But what does this actually mean for the Singapore Grand Prix? Let's find out in Jamna's F1 Classroom. Now, to understand where this comes from, we really need to rewind to Qatar 2023. That race was hot and humid, and temperatures in the cockpit reached around 50 degrees Celsius, and drivers suffered. Esteban Ocon vomited in his helmet. He said it was like a sauna. Lance Stroll was actually losing consciousness in the car. He said he was passing out, and you can see this in the videos as well. Logan Sargent had to retire from the race due to extreme dehydration and exhaustion. Drivers were struggling to exit the car after the race, and Alex Albon visited the medical center. And after this race, the FIA said that they would do some analysis and provide some recommendations for future races where there would be extreme weather. By November 2024, the FIA had said that they came up with a drive and cooling kit for when a heat hazard was declared, and this comprised of a pump, a plumbing system, and also a thermal store, whereby cold fluid was generated from this store and then delivered to a cooling vest that comprised of tubes to go around this vest. And George Russell was the first to trial this in Bahrain this year. He said it was noticeably different, although other drivers have said it's a bit uncomfortable and a bit bulky. And for this year's Singapore Grand Prix, the FIA did declare it a heat hazard in accordance with Article 26.19 of the sporting regulations, basically saying that because they received a forecast from the official weather service predicting that the heat index will be greater than 31 degrees at some point during the race, that means that it is a heat hazard. This isn't unusual for Singapore. We know that it's hot, it's humid. If you think back to last year's race, 2024, both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell had to miss media duties because they were overheating. And we actually found out later via Drive to Survive that George Russell actually had a panic attack. He called the race brutal, and he said that it was 60 degrees in the cockpit and that he lost 4 kgs in that race. Something to note for this weekend's Grand Prix is that the use of the vest is not mandated. The cooling system will be fitted in the car, but the drivers don't need to wear the vest. Of course, the system does add weight to the car, so the FIA increased the minimum weight by 2 kgs for practice and qualifying and 5 kgs for the race. And in a scenario where a driver chooses not to wear the vest, to make the minimum weight equal for all drivers, they will need to add 5 kg of ballast to their cockpit. Lastly, for this race, while the use of the vest is optional, from next year where there is a heat hazard, then the use of the vest will be mandated. So one thing's for sure, heat plus humidity, it's no joke, and hopefully this solution does help.